live.
Nah.
We are.
Yeah, now we are.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We gather here today. No, I'm kidding. What are we talking about today? What I feel like I've missed a bunch of these.
I've
don't
missed a
know.
bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think of things to talk about.
What are some things to talk about?
Well, Eurovision just wrapped up.
Oh yeah, that's been like all over my YouTube lately.
What is it?
Eurovision.
I don't rightly know what it is. I just know
Okay.
a clip popped up on
Hold on.
YouTube and it had cool music.
Who has Netflix?
I don't.
Okay. Just go to Netflix, search up Eurovision. It's a Will Ferrell movie.
Oi.
Hold on.
No.
And just watch it.
No.
That's
no,
Eurovision.
No. No, mister. No means no. There's no
No
ya
means
ding
no.
dong going on over here.
I don't know what that means.
I know what it means, and I'm listening to Seraphis. So what's the preface here?
To really appreciate that movie, and I really dislike Will Ferrell, but to really appreciate that movie, you actually have to know Eurovision, especially around the time that movie was made and came out, because that movie is full of so many jokes and references. It is ridiculous.
I don't
Are we
know.
referring to... Okay.
Hold on. I don't know anything about Eurovision outside of what it is. And the movie was amazing. And from my understanding, perfectly encapsulates Eurovision.
Not
So,
enough monsters.
I don't even-
Go
Okay.
ahead, Tori.
I say I don't even rightly know what it is, but a thingy popped up on my YouTube and it had a cool performance, and I was like, "Oh, that was cool. I kind of like that song." And then I noticed in the title it had something about Eurovision in Poland, and I was like, "Okay."
All right. So before Seraphis, who knows way more than me, I'm going to give my description, and then he can tell us how accurate or not it is. So it's a song competition.
Contest.
Contest, whatever.
That makes sense.
And everybody who is part of the like European television joint market or something is allowed to submit, an entrant to the contest.
You guys talking about Eurovision?
Yes.
I've got them talking about Eurovision already. I have succeeded in my purpose.
This is good. Keep going.
And it's kind of interesting because like you would think, oh, it's just Europe. But then like there's a couple of other countries, like Israel is part of it. How they're connected, I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, it's supposed to be like kind of like the Olympics. It's, like bring everyone together and this is just gonna be nice and friendly, and it somehow turned into just giant like half joke of a thing, because there's like very legitimate submissions and entrants to the contest, and there are complete and utter like just travesties against music in all of their forms.
Don't you dare say a bad word against espresso macchiato.
I have sure. Okay. I don't know who you're talking about.
ABBA got their start thanks to Eurovision, right?
Well, yes, there's that too.
Sure.
Yeah, Waterloo won.
That's what I mean.
Celine Dion competed for France one year as well.
So it's basically a comedy take on like American Idol if it was made based on United States music competition.
Yeah, but
it's
Eurovision
older
started
than that.
69
It's like
years ago.
60 years old.
69.
Yeah, Eurovision's been around forever.
Yeah, I understand. I get that. But it's a singing competition, yeah?
Well, it's a band competition. It's not just a singer, it's a band.
Music.
So the whole idea is that each country puts their band up, and then people vote for who they like in each round. And sometimes it's really embarrassing is that a country's band will not get votes from their own country because they're so embarrassing.
Is it okay if I give it a very hard pass and not watch it?
Oh, go right ahead. It's fun.
You can not watch Eurovision.
In Will Ferrell, and I really don't care about music competitions.
That's just the movie, though. That's fine.
No, but I'm sorry. The movie is great. I absolutely.
There's a Eurovision movie?
It's a Will Ferrell movie.
Oh, fuck. What's it called?
Eurovision.
Eurovision. Yes.
No, it's like Eurovision, the true story.
No. The story of Fire Song, is it? Hold on, give me a second.
Something like that. It's Fire something or other.
Fire Saga.
Fire what?
Fire Saga.
Fire Saga. Okay. I mean, it's coming up on 70 years of existence, man. Like, this thing's insane.
But the Will Ferrell movie, I'm sorry, it's actually really good.
Is it good, or is it good in the same way that people say Elf is good?
Because Elf is not good.
No,
because Elf is not good. But everybody thinks it is.
High five, Tori.
Yeah.
High five.
I actually really, really enjoyed it. I've watched it multiple times. Yes, it's a Will Ferrell movie. Yes, there's ridiculous Will Ferrell antics in it. But it's like the funny thing is like the reason that he did the movie is his wife is European of some sort. And she got him interested in Eurovision. And so while he's making jokes, it's jokes with the intent of
he gets the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, there are joke entries into the contest. And so he's not making fun of the contest, but he's having fun because of the contest. It's actually I would say that it's like anytime Kim does something ridiculous and I just start laughing and she always thinks that I'm laughing at her, I'm like, no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because of you. And that is how I think Will Ferrell approaches it. And so it's not making fun of the people that like it. It's just anyways, I totally recommend the movie.
It's way too self-aware of the actual antics that go on in Eurovision for it to be just making fun of it. You have to actually know Eurovision to be on that level of, there's this. Like the whole way Fire Saga got into the competition is an exaggerated version of something that actually happened.
Sure.
Like,
oh, well, and actually,
this was a while ago, but basically one country's entry, something happened, they got sick or something, and so they couldn't go anymore, and so they pushed the runner-up to go instead, and it...
Yeah, Celine Dion won representing Switzerland, not France.
I believe that's...
1988. She won representing Switzerland with the song Ne partez pas sans moi. Don't leave without me. Well, never knew that. I learned something today. This was not a waste of time. Yay!
Yeah, and it's not really a spoiler for the movie, but it is kind of funny because like they're Will Ferrell and the girl that he's competing with, they're
Rachel McAdams, yes.
Right. They're trying to enter the contest and they don't get selected. And then like there's like a celebration party or something out on a boat and it blows up and like all of the other contestants die. So it's like they have those two somehow missed the boat, but like every other like entrant in the competition is on the boat and just gone, and they're like, oh well, we're gonna send you, and like all of the like everyone's like, no, we can't send them. It's like we have no one else.
Well, admittingly, that sounds pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah, the movie is quite hilarious. However, if you're not a fan of like musicals, there's more than a couple of songs in this.
Okay, speaking of musicals,
Yes.
D&D the musical.
Phantom of the Opera. There is a thing
Ah.
called Masquerade.
Uh-huh.
It's evidently an immersive Phantom of the Opera musical / play that's happening in New York later this year. People across the planet are receiving these personalized red
Invitations.
Thank you. It's kind of neat. They're doing some pretty nifty marketing for it.
Interactive, huh?
Anything.
How is Phantom of the Opera going to be interactive? That mildly concerns me.
Well, I don't know how they're going to pull this one off, but I based on the company that's behind it, how they've done it in the past with a previous one, and it's not interactive per se for you, the viewer, but what you do is you follow the actors from room to room to room within this building as they perform. I think they did one with Macbeth, for example, and you can either choose.
With what?
With Macbeth.
We never say the name of the certain Scottish play, sir.
Macbeth?
Oh, come on. Nobody? Yeah.
No, I know what
you guys don't watch Blackadder. That's your problem in America. You don't fucking absorb Blackadder like it's blood. There's a great episode of Blackadder because amongst the theater actors, to say the certain Scottish play is considered bad luck because there's a belief that there's an actual witch's curse within the dialogue, right? It's nonsense, superstition, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But Blackadder did an episode of it where these two actors come to teach the prince how to be better, and Blackadder just tortures them by constantly referring to Macbeth, and then having to do this stupid thing of hot potato off the stove, down to make a mince, and slapping each other to offset the curse. It's like, so I shouldn't mention Macbeth then. And they have to do it again, and it's just this ongoing joke of him.
Well, that's why I was saying it. I was waiting for you to start with the ritual.
I'm not doing that.
Never did.
So. I'm glad that you like Blackadder. That makes me happy.
Sure.
Anyway, so they did Macbeth. Interesting. I know, this Masquerade Phantom of the Opera they did in the East End or West End in England. So I guess it's been done before. It's not a new idea, right? They're just bringing it to New York.
I think so.
Yeah, I think theater is dying and is desperately trying to find ways to stay relevant.
Well, so are movie theaters.
So is D&D.
Movie theaters.
So is D&D.
So is D&D, yes. Hence why I say D&D the musical.
Oh. There will be no dragons in it, though.
Only at the end.
Yeah, only at the end. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we quit humoring all the theater kids.
Oh, fuck yeah. Actually, how about we go one step further? We don't just stop humoring them. We start beating them with sticks.
I saw something last night, and it's like, a lot of it was like there was like some protest outside of a Starbucks because like corporate instituted like a new dress code or something.
Yeah.
And so like all the employees are throwing a fit, and somebody just commented like, I think we wouldn't have all of these problems if at some point, when, say 20 years ago, somebody just grabbed a kid by the ear and said, "Stop it."
Good.
Yeah.
What's a Starbucks?
Just go down to the corner and you'll see like 3 of them.
You don't have you don't have a Starbucks in Australia?
No, they failed here.
Did they? It's the best. Do you know how many Starbucks? I'm sure I've told you this before, but I love it because when I worked for Keurig, it was a piece of trivia I picked up. Do you know how many Starbucks they have in Italy?
0.
1.
Oh,
Guess where
that's
it
more
is?
than I thought.
Guess where it is, though? Not just in the airport, beyond the international travel check-in gate. So you have to go through security and be considered to be leaving Italy before you're allowed to see Starbucks. So that way no Italian will accidentally ever have to suffer Starbucks. I think that's fucking
great.
brilliant, man. Because like they have real cafes in Italy, you know, like real places to get coffee and things that are real and not Starbucks bullshit.
I bet Sydney has plenty of Starbucks.
There must be Starbucks in Sydney.
No.
69
And all of us
locations in
are not
Australia,
that
primarily in major cities, tourist areas like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and the Gold Coast.
So the East Coast.
That's still Australia.
Melbourne's in the south.
They even have a webpage, starbucks.com.au.
Fuck.
Look at that. Come on, Vegas Malfoy, get with it. You can do it.
Why the fuck did they come back, and why the fuck did those fucking East Coasters let them?
Okay, they do not have one in South Australia. Here.
They opened up their first store in Perth in 2024 in Piara Waters.
I got no
I don't know
fucking
what the
clue
fuck
where that is.
Well, it's in Perth. That's like, you know, on the other side of the
West
country.
Coast of Australia.
I'd have to go through the Great Sandy Desert to find out where that is.
Yes, exactly.
And then I have to go all the way back through and then cross the Sydney Harbour Bridge to find the next location.
Hello, Misty.
Yeah, there's a not insignificant number of them.
Why?
So in Vancouver, there's a street where there was a Starbucks on one corner, and then kitty corner to it was another Starbucks, and they had for the longest time plans, I think the city finally kiboshed them, to buy the other two corners, and then they were going to build an underground connection sort of seating area. So you could just go into any one of the Starbucks and then go down below and drink your coffee and all that. And I'm just like, why? This is like Toronto. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a fucking Starbucks. Like, what the fuck? Why?
Sounds like a lot.
All right, I've got 10 songs for our D&D the musical. Are you ready?
Jeez.
First song, Roll for Initiative, bitches. A bombastic opening number where the party jumps into a bar fight mid-session. Everyone's shouting over the DM, dice are flying, and the rogue's already in the rafters. Sets the tone, this game is barely under control. Number 2, It's What My Character Would Do is the name of the song. A hilarious defensive solo by a chaotic neutral player explaining why they just sold the party's horse for 3 goblin teeth and a curse. Ends with the rest of the party harmonizing their seething resentment. Number 3, Don't Split the Party, but we did anyway. A jazz-fueled ensemble piece where half the group goes left and the other half goes right, features synchronized near-deaths, cutaways to panicking healers, and a crescendo of whose turn is it now? It's just funny because I've actually played that game. The Ballad of the Horny Bard. A sultry cabaret style with far too much pelvic thrusting. Double entendres fly like fireballs as the bard tries and usually fails to seduce everything from tavern wenches to dragons. 5, The Murder Hobo Waltz, a darkly funny waltz in 3/4 time as the party slaughters innocent NPCs for loot, only to realize they may have been important to the plot. Picture fountains of blood with twirling cloaks. 6, Natural One, The Tragedy Song. A soulful, powerful ballet. A single die falls. The wizard fumbles their fireball. A teammate is now crispy. Cue spotlight and a slow motion regret. Number 7, Dragon Crawl. We didn't check for traps. Scooby-Doo style chase through dragon halls. Pitfalls, poisonous darts, and gelatinous cube cameo. Ends with someone losing their pants and most of their hit points. 8, The DM smiles, and that's never good. A chilling villain-style solo sung by the Dungeon Master. They grin ominously behind the screen, rolling dice out of sight, while the players squirm and whisper, "This is fine." Number 9, Shopping Episode, a bubbly show tune-style intermission song where the party burns 45 minutes arguing over rations, trying to haggle for a +1 dagger and forgetting to ask about the actual quest. And number 10, Critical Hit, baby, the grand finale. Every class gets a moment to shine, a soaring rock anthem celebration of teamwork, absurd luck, and over-the-top heroism. Ends with the wizard blowing up the big bad in a single insane die roll. There you go. There's our 10
Now,
songs.
I would
What?
watch that, but I would have to include one final act.
What?
The panel of people talking about it and berating it.
So like the YouTube commentary
Yes.
sequence?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
The
Is that the
YouTube comment-
post-credit
what the-
scene?
That's
yeah,
the
like an end
post-credit
credit
scene,
scene.
exactly. It's like, and it's like done interactive style, as we were saying earlier. But in the idea that you all your attention goes up to one of the balcony seats where you have a Waldorf and a Statler type guy.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I still think the best part, and I did like I liked all the Dungeons and Dragons movies for their own particular charm. But the last one, I really just the Chris Pine bard illusion moment was the highlight of the film for me. Where he's just singing away. They're all like,
The face melting.
And then,
Yeah.
Like I died. That was really funny.
I actually really enjoyed that. I mean, I like both the movies that I saw. One for nostalgia and one I just thought it was a really good movie, actually.
Which one?
The one with snails, the first one, like the early 2000s
the first one. Yeah,
one.
people hate the first one. I love the first one just because of Jeremy Irons clearly needing to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was a kid when it came out, and my dad took me to see it in the theater. So I love it for nostalgia reasons, but I also I like it because I like the I like Jeremy Irons and I like the sort of world building they attempted to do, like the concept of the dragons fighting and actually getting to see dragons. And I don't know, I just kind of liked it. And the bad guy is like hilariously bad. The guy with the blue lipstick.
So Jeremy Irons reportedly took the role in 2000's D&D to help pay the upkeep of a castle he had just purchased.
And he's easily the best part of the whole film.
So my main issue with the Dungeons and Dragons movies is that they like, because I the only one that I've seen is the newest one, which was fine. It was, I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fine. But at the end of the day, all they did was just make another fantasy movie. They didn't make a Dungeons and Dragons movie.
What, the first one?
No, any of them.
Newest one.
They constantly are making references to D&D stuff in those movies.
No, right, but it's D&D stuff. But again, they just made like
generic fantasy adventure. It's not specific to D&D per se. Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, so
like you don't understand that it's a game and how the game works if you just watch the movie.
So you wanted more like Gamers 2 Darkness Rising, where we had a split between the people playing the game and then what their characters were doing.
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah, and like Dungeon Delver, was it Dungeon Delver? Yeah, I think it was Dungeon Delver. About the time that it was coming out, posted up his own synopsis of what a Dungeons and Dragons movie should be, and to me, I would love to see the movie. I think it was great. Basically, it starts out, with, like the characters, going through, having, doing the adventure, whatever, and then it cuts to the table and you see all the players there. And then essentially it turns out that the dungeon master has like terminal cancer or something, and so they want to go on one last adventure, and so then it cuts back and forth between the players and and the characters showing this one last adventure of the party. Because otherwise, like, again, all they're doing is they're just making generic fantasy movie. And Dungeons and Dragons, while yes, it has all of these fantasy elements, and yes, there are some stories that are pre-written, part of it is about creating your own game, sitting there with your friends, and none of the D&D movies touch on that. They're just like, oh, here's our story.
I do like how the newest one with Chris Pine does tries to get the party aspect of it. I like the pacing of it and the kind of setup of it, wherein they all need each other. They're performing as a group. They start off really kind of all trying to do their own different things, and then to be successful in the end, they all have to kind of work together. I mean, there's definitely elements of being in a D&D group that are there.
Sure, but have you seen Gamers 2 Darkness Rising?
Oh yeah, I watch it all the time regularly.
That's literally a D&D movie, right? Like,
yeah.
Literally. And it's sort of what Brian was talking about without the added pathos of, oh, and he's dying of cancer. Like, otherwise it's pretty much the exact same story that Dungeon Delver's talking about, of just, it starts with the group, and then they're suddenly at the table, they all get killed, and they're all freaking out because they had the total party kill, and then it's back and forth with them trying to recruit new players and get a new campaign going, and then starting the campaign. And it's brilliant, and it's really good. And with the $25 million budget, it could have been even better, and it would have been fun. But, I mean, look, no one's going to do that. No one's going to take a risk on that in Hollywood. Are you crazy? That's dangerous. That's right. That's outside the box thinking. What's wrong with you? That doesn't guarantee me returns from Korea. What are you talking about? Like that's how their brains work, man. 20 years in that industry, I learned real quick. We might like Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's worth shit to them. Because that's what they do. You propose a film, you propose your script, everything you're going to do. And first of all, they look at the genre, and they tell you whether or not that genre is viable because of how much money it makes. Second question they ask you is, who's your star? And when you start naming people, they already have those names in files explaining to them how much money their movies make in the various markets around the world. And then that tells them how much money they can expect to make off of a movie starring that person. So we all love Bruce Campbell because Bruce Campbell's a nerd hero, right? Bruce Campbell's the best. I love his movies he's in. Bruce Campbell does not play well with the general public and does not make money overseas. Therefore, would you think about maybe instead getting Luke Perry? And that's the conversation you'll wind up having. So I just pitched you a movie where the hero was meant to be a sarcastic, witty guy, and you want me to cast this fucking loser instead? Well, that loser's worth, $10 million in the Southeast Asian market, and then that's how it works. And then that's why you see movies get corrupted so badly over time. Because
I mean, the scary part is that they're proposing to cast a dead guy over one that's still alive.
Luke Perry was alive when we were doing it, you jackass.
Oh, I'm just saying.
The 90s. Anyway, the point is that there's only one genre that you can pitch your film where you don't have to have stars attached. Can you guys guess which one it is?
Porn.
No, that's not a genre, dude. That's an industry. Stop your nonsense.
Sorry.
Horror. Horror films do not have to have celebrity name attached because horror films sell everywhere in the world. In fact, the less celebrity you have in a horror film, the better it's going to do because people aren't connected to the characters outside of that event.
What about, have y'all seen the any of the previews for the new Toxic Avenger?
No.
Peter Dinklage is the Avenger. I shit you not.
See?
Yes.
That confuses me.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
Well, I mean,
you're not.
There's not really any more, roles for little people anymore ever since Peter Dinklage came on the scene. So why not just cast him as a big person? He identifies as a big person.
He identifies as a pretentious fuck, I think, but that's neither here nor there.
No. He is one. I don't think he identifies.
Yeah.
I get so confused identifying and being. I'm so confused by that. Hi.
Right.
Are you good? You're going down because you're just clawing me now.
But Brian, do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
With Peter Dinklage?
The Snow White.
Yeah, with Snow White. That's here's a movie. We need 7 short actors. How dare you? All those other short actors are like, wait a second. I wanted a job.
Yep.
So
that's why I'm at the point, if I ever were to make a fantasy movie now, I would do the George Lucas Willow route. All my dwarves, halflings, gnomes would all be short actors, little people. I would just go hire all of them, and that'd be it. And everybody can fuck off.
And R2-D2 would be 7 feet tall.
Sorry, what?
R2-D2 would be 7 feet tall.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, just go the opposite.
Makes perfect sense. You're right. We'll get Dave Bautista to play R2-D2. What happened to that guy? Have you seen that guy lately? He's gone super woke. He's lost all his muscle mass. He looks like a fucking hippie vegetarian now, wandering around Hollywood. I keep expecting to see him as like a fucking what were those guys that you used to the airport that would give flowers?
Hare Krishna?
Yes. He looks almost like a Hare Krishna now. Or Hare Krishna, excuse me.
Look.
Did Dave Bautista hurt you?
Did you get that, like, oh, there's something went wrong?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I got that too, yeah. You just reset?
Yeah, I just clicked refresh.
That might actually be a good idea.
I think it just means that chat's not running.
Yeah, that's what it.
Problem is there's not a lot of chat happening, so I can't tell if it's kicked up or not. So let me do a test. Hang on. Test. Did you guys see my test?
Yep.
There it is. That's back. I passed. Thank you, Game Masters.
Woohoo!
Okay, I just found a current picture of Dave Bautista.
It looks like a fucking hippie, doesn't he?
He's almost as thin as fucking Jeff Goldblum.
It's insane. And like, there's a picture of him with pearls on and stuff. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm currently looking at.
That's fucking amazing. It's like, what happened to you, bro?
Unfamiliar.
With Dave Bautista?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hanging out. I don't know who that is.
Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's wild.
He was a pro wrestler and all that shit.
I was gonna say I'm trying to picture what I saw in Guardians of the Galaxy with like a thin,
just half the size.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Just think Jeff Goldblum. That's what he looks like now.
It's ugh.
I don't think that's fair to Jeff Goldblum. He is a strange individual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's always been like that.
I say that's kind of his brand, isn't it?
No, I think he's gotten crazier at least the last few years. Like,
Well,
did anyone ever?
Go look at an early Christopher Walken, and he's not as crazy as he is now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that they just get more into being crazy as they get older. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Or they get into the stereotype meme version of themselves.
Right. Did anyone ever watch that World According to Jeff Goldblum?
No.
I watched a couple of episodes, and then they stopped airing it over here, and they tried to force you to go onto the thing to watch it paid, and I didn't want to do that, so fuck off.
Yeah, it was on Disney Plus through like National Geographic or something. And it's just like, if Jeff Goldblum looked at some ordinary thing and you're like, okay, you're strange. It was very hit and miss.
Sounds like it would
trying
be.
to figure out what's going on Tori's screen.
Just like Eurovision.
Just like
Very hit and miss.
Bringing it all back full circle. What the hell game are you playing, Tori?
It's called Don't Starve. Right now, I'm gathering resources and exploring the map.
So that you don't starve?
I would
So
say,
that
if you're
you
not
don't
supposed to starve, I would say find food.
Oh, I have food. I just haven't been eating it.
Something I would hate. Legitimately, just looks like something I'd be like, why the fuck did I spend money on this?
I've been playing it. It came out a really long time ago, actually. Like 2013 or 2012 or something like that. It's been out for a long time, and I really enjoy the sort of Tim Burton kind of off-kilter art style.
There it is.
And sure, yes, whatever.
No. I just have a working theory that Tim Burton only has a career because of women. That's my fucking working theory is like Tim Burton's career. Oh, he owes it all to women, because like some of his movies were okay, and some of them were like Batman was pretty good, But a lot of his movies are just all about weird people who don't fit into the world, and then they find love, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ! I've seen it. I don't see it 10 more times.
I don't consider myself a Tim Burton fan specifically because I actually dislike a lot of his other movies. I only like Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's my case.
That just that one, really.
That's the prototypical Tim Burton movie, though.
Yeah, see, the thing is that I really dislike his other movies, though. Like, I really can't stand his other movies that I've seen.
Which ones have you seen that you hated?
Well, Edward Scissorhands, I hate that one.
That's a weird movie. Beetlejuice?
I don't like Beetlejuice either.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
There's
like a couple of scenes that are like, okay, that was a fun scene, and like I really just hate the character of Beetlejuice himself. Like the actor or portrayal, the character. Like I hate the actual Beetlejuice character.
He's the antagonist.
Huh?
Yeah, first of all, Beetlejuice isn't the hero, he's the bad guy. So you're supposed to hate him. 2, do you like Michael Keaton and other stuff, or do you just have an issue with Michael Keaton as an actor?
I don't know if I would know Michael Keaton and other
Batman.
stuff, so I don't. Well, I don't.
He played Batman.
I've only seen those like once when I was like 10 or whatever, and it was weird, and I didn't really care for it. And I'm not a big superhero fan, so I didn't care because I don't care about Batman.
We're not friends.
I would say
I
can't talk to you anymore, Tori.
Should I just close Tori's window now?
Well, I would say I'm not I didn't grow up watching them. I didn't read comics. Like I'm not superheroes is just not my preferred genre. Not that I'd like dislike it. It's just that's not my like I grew up on classic fantasy, so that's my favorite genre.
Mr. Mom was good.
I don't think I've seen that.
So is Night Shift, him and Henry Winkler?
Yeah.
I've never heard of either of those.
Duplicity as well, was it?
Yep.
Multiplicity I didn't care for.
Multiplicity.
I liked it.
Haven't heard of that one either.
He clones himself, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
The clones get dumber as you go along.
Tim Burton.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like him.
In general, Michael Keaton's solid in pretty much anything I've seen him in.
Is he the guy?
He was decent in Birdman.
I didn't see that either. So, because most of these movies y'all are talking about, I haven't seen and/or haven't even heard of.
He was much bigger in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, that would explain it.
Yeah, kind of vanished in the 90s.
Yeah,
see, like
Tim Burton.
It's hard to. It's hard to say that I'm a Tim Burton fan when I haven't even seen most of his his movie. Like I've only seen like maybe 4 movies that he's done ever, and only one of them I really liked, and the other ones I'm not super fond of. So, but I do like Nightmare Before Christmas, and I like that kind of art style. So I like,
Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily attribute that art style to Tim Burton. I mean, yes, it is. It's
something that
iconic, but look at like other movies, like James and the Giant Peach uses the same thing. Look at Coraline uses the same thing.
Yes, and I love both of those. That's more Henry Selick thing, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, but if I say that, other people get what I'm talking about. Like if I say Henry Selick, most people don't get what I'm talking about. But if I say a Tim Burton art style, they can picture something like this in their head. I mean, you can make the argument that bits of this game are almost Dr. Seuss in their art style as well. Just kind of like a weird, not perfectly perpendicular, lines don't line up quite. There's just a bit of an oddity to it. But I really like the art style and stuff. Like this is Chester, the little thing following me around, and it's actually storage. And you pick up something called an eye bone, which is just a bone with an eyeball on top. And when you have it, everywhere you go, he follows you around. And I think he's adorable, and I would get a plushie of Chester. So it's just the weirdness of the game in that sense.
I'm sticking to my original assessment, which is this game would annoy the fuck out of me.
I mean, maybe.
It seems like grinded quest.
It is. I mean, it's exactly that. It's don't starve. Don't die.
One day I'll have to do this chat or do this live stream where I'm playing Zork.
That's funny. Oh, shit.
Isn't Zork on GOG now?
It's a fucking text-based
It's
game. Dude.
it's
That's the
everywhere.
joke.
You
It'd
could
just
probably
be
even just
walls
find
of
it like
text
in a
scrolling
browser
by.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Just typing, look north.
Count
I like
leaves.
that one.
Climb
Sorry,
tree.
just look
Open
down there.
egg.
Open egg. Open.
You were
Open
eaten by a
face.
gru.
Swing axe. I don't know what you're referring to. Swing axe at troll.
Oh man, that's like Hugo's House of Horrors.
I was playing
It's a-
Baldur's Gate 3 before this, but I figured I don't have my stitching stuff with me, or I would have done that instead. But I figured that this was something I could do in the background and still listen in a little easier than Baldur's Gate 3 because I'm finally actually getting progress. Like I'm actually getting through Act 3. I might even get to the end of the story, and then I don't have to keep avoiding spoilers all the time. Plus, they released the new class stuff, so now I'm playing a swashbuckler subclass rogue. Because then I don't need advantage on sneak attack anymore, which is just stupid
So
fun.
when they introduce the new classes like that, do you basically just have to start the game all the way back at the beginning?
No. There's a character that is in your camp that lets you change your class at any time for gold.
Ah, okay. I
So,
gotcha.
yeah, because before that, I was trying to do, because when I created the playthrough that I'm on right now with that, it was based off the character that I did in the Avenue Studios one-shot, which was actually a Spellblade because different game system. So I multi-classed Rogue and Sorcerer because I wanted to play a character who tries to talk their way out of everything because that's what I do in any RPG like that. I always try to talk my way out of everything. And being a Spellblade, self-explanatory, I wanted magic, and then I wanted to have fighting, so I multi-classed Rogue and Sorcerer because different system.
My brain hurts. This is like every D&D 5 fucking YouTube channel. I'm just like, That's why I ban multi-classing in my D&D games. It's so much fucking easier when you don't have that bullshit to deal with. But in a video game, I get it because you're playing by yourself. I get it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to mimic a build from a different system. So
What's wrong with playing by
system?
yourself?
Dude, I don't know. Solo play all the time. I have a folder in my Google Drive just for solo play documents at work that have gotten even easier now that I'm doing the whole not building the character first mode. With the cleric.
Oh, so
Say,
while
what broke?
Game Masters composes himself from A Dirty Mind, we discovered that my daughter is obsessed with trying to get to see more horror stuff. So
You let her watch Razorback.
Huh?
You let her watch Razorback.
No. Grim has been like, okay, I'm going to look up some stuff to watch her so that she can watch that will be good. And I'm like, okay, I've got some stuff that she can watch, some good 80s stuff that I got to grow up with.
What did you do?
Well, I eased her into it with the original Care Bears movie.
It's not horror.
And then we went to the Dark Crystal.
Slightly.
Then we eased up with some Labyrinth.
Getting darker.
And then we went full on Nightmare on Elm Street.
And then we went Evil Dead 2.
And up next is Watership Down.
That's not horror. That's traumatizing.
Hey,
That's You Hate Your Children.
Seriously. God
hey,
bless
it's
you.
what I grew up with, so. And look how normal I turned out.
I've never seen Watership Down, so I don't know anything about it.
It's a happy movie about rabbits.
Yeah, I picked up that would be incorrect. I've picked
Oh no,
up that
it's about
much.
rabbits. It's definitely about
associate
rabbits.
the term happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Labyrinth too.
But it's
My
David
aunt loves
Bowie
it.
and all his Bowie-ness.
Ugh.
And we get to watch him fondle his balls so much.
My aunt super loves that movie. I don't like it. I don't get it. It's just one of those things I just don't get. There are lots of things I just don't get.
That's me with a lot of comedy movies. You know, like I can appreciate like classic Three Stooges. You know, I can appreciate it. I don't find it funny. Like I guess physical comedy, I don't know. There's something about it.
I can't do physical comedy. I really struggle with it.
And I think that's part of why I don't like Will Ferrell movies that much, because there's a good degree of comedy in it. Same thing with Ben Stiller. You know, it's just there's physical comedy mixed with low intelligence.
There's a show that Steve and his dad are super, super fond of, Faulty Towers, which is funny. Like, I do enjoy it, but the early episodes I find are better than the later episodes because it just continuously cascades further and further and further and further into kind of the slapstickness of it. And it gets to a point where watching it is less like, oh, I'm laughing hysterically, and a lot more, oh, chuckle, okay. You know, like, and they quote it all the time. They just love that show. But I kind of, it just, the silliness gets to a point where it's like, okay, this isn't really funny anymore. Yeah.
The Germans is still the best episode.
I knew you were going to say that.
Season 1, episode 6, baby. It's the best episode.
Don't
mention the war. I think I did once, but I got away with it. May I take your orders? Orders which must be obeyed at all times?
Yeah, that's it. That's the term I was looking for. Slapstick comedy. I'm just not a fan of that. That Cyberman just posted. Yeah,
I'm just not a fan of the cringe. Like when it's a character just being embarrassed to a heavy degree, and the whole point of the comedy is just excessive cringe. I hate that because that's not funny.
British Office, then.
Well, right now we're watching a show that our upholsterer lent me on DVD called The IT Crowd.
Love
that
IT
I had.
Crowd.
That one's actually really good. I actually like that one, but I like it better than Faulty Towers.
Episode yet? Where they go to the theater?
Yes, we watched that one.
Fucking brilliant, that episode.
I'm disabled. I'm leg disabled. Actually, that's become the inside joke around the house. Like, Steve will say something to me, and I'll get all like he's making fun of me or something, and I'll get all hot and bothered, but I don't have a comeback, and then I'll just look really sad and pathetic at the floor, and I'll just go, "I'm disabled," and he'll go, "I'm leg disabled." It's just the new inside joke in the house.
For me,
now I will say,
high point of that episode is when Jen, having taken in all of the disabled shit and all of that,
turns around to order a drink, and Moss is standing there.
I died every time. That makes me laugh.
Yep, that was a good one. My favorite though, and we haven't seen them all because he's going to be retiring at the end of the month, so he was lending me the DVDs. So he wanted me to see the D&D episode, so he skipped season 3 and he gave me season 4 so that we could see that.
Fredo, what a great episode.
But my favorite of the ones I have seen is actually the one where the dude thinks she's dead. Like the scene where she's rolling down the hall and it's just the head above the frosted glass and he thinks it's a levitating head. And then the end of that episode when she's standing in the lamplight looking like a zombie and he thinks she's possessing him. Like, I love that episode so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, IT Crowd is fucking genius.
So good.
Real quick, just because I do have to, I don't put Ben Stiller in the same slapstick category, but have you guys ever watched Keeping the Faith?
No.
That is a great Ben Stiller comedy. Ben Stiller, Edward Norton, and Téa Leoni. Jenna Elfman.
Oh man, she is the most disappointing person in Hollywood.
Why?
Okay, so Jenna Elfman is insanely hot.
Yes.
6 foot tall. Blonde goddess. Funny as fuck. Like every time I've seen her in something that's a comedy, she makes me cry. Like especially the show Dharma and Greg. Like I was crying watching that show because she was so funny. And then you hear her talk in public and she's like, hardcore Scientologist. And you're just like, oh, fuck. Like, you were close to being perfect, lady. You were almost, you're Danny Elfman's niece on top of it all. Like, you're related to one of the coolest composers that ever lived. Crazy fucking space Mormon. I know, Brian, I know they're not related, but I just love the fact that someone once referred to them as space Mormons. I've always kept that for you. But yeah, no, so what's the show called?
Keeping the Faith.
I'll check it out because I like her.
Speaking of space Mormons, have you seen on Disney Plus The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
I know of it. I have not watched it, nor will I.
Okay.
So
I was hoping for like a,
Okay.
Should Grim and I like
the simple answer?
How accurate is it?
Well, I mean, it's probably very accurate for those people.
Yeah.
Is it accurate for what you would consider 95% of active, participating members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? No, absolutely not.
Sorry, every time someone says that, I have to answer the Mormons. Ads in the 80s and 90s. The Church of Jesus Latter-day Saints, and then someone would go, the Mormons.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, literally, they would do that in the ads. Yeah. No, it's actually kind of interesting. Like, there's been a weird push in the church to actually use the name, but saying Mormon is so much easier. And so I just try to split the difference where if I'm literally talking about the church, I use the actual name, which is a mouthful. If I am talking about the people, I'll say Mormon all the time, because that's not necessarily referencing, the church. So
why not just say LDS a lot? Or does that sound like you're taking a drug too much?
Drugs.
No, again, like at the end of the day, people are going to be like, what?
That sounds like space Mormons. What the hell is LDS? Is that what those guys in Hollywood worship?
Yeah. So, anyways, but no, the whole thing is like that show. My understanding is it's a whole bunch of ladies that got big on Instagram, doing Instagram stuff and
showing their butthole. Got it.
Well, and then like turns out that they're all like swingers and they're divorced, and like a lot of them have been.
Who told me that the Utah Mormons were like just scandal city compared to like all the rest of the Mormons?
No, my main,
you were. Yeah.
No, hold on. My main issue with Utah is not the, like, I mean, people are people. It doesn't matter where you are. People are people.
Thank you, Depeche Mode.
But the problem I have with Utah is then it's like competing for who's the better Mormon. And it's just like, you know what? I'm struggling just to be a good Mormon in the first place. I'm not trying to keep up with you now. So, and even then it just kind of depends on where you're at. But anyways, so yeah, that show, it's, I highly doubt, many of them are still active in the church,
So it's
Probably
about as real
not.
as any other reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be my
exactly.
guess. Yeah. We got rid of our Disney Plus, but I saw the thumbnail for it a bit ago.
It's actually on Hulu, but obviously there's a lot of crossover. If anyone wants to know like the real secret life of a Mormon wife, I'll let you talk to Kim.
Kim's awesome to talk to. We had her on Fort Claire Cafe one night. Kim's awesome. Always have her on. Tori, this is for you. Compiling a playlist for a role-playing game I'm hosting. Important to get the right atmos. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons thing. Oh, is that something to do with sex? Ha, far from it, Jen.
Oh,
So that's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to get to that episode. We find an evening and we sit down and just, I'm sure we could find it on stream somewhere, but he happened to have the DVD, so he just brought it to work. But like I said, he's going to be leaving, so we're going to have to find it on a platform somewhere. I'm imagining I can find it like on YouTube.
My dear, yar.
Well, he told me his favorite episode was something about SeaWorld, like parents dying in a
fucking episode.
No, Sealand. Sealand.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
It's Sea Parks.
I
think. Is it Sea Parks? Yeah.
He said that was worth watching. He said I needed to watch the D&D one, obviously. And then he said I needed to watch the one with the grannies. And I don't know what he means by that, but because I have yet to watch that. The grands or the grannies.
That last one also applies to Bluey.
Sorry, what was that?
That last one also applies to Bluey. You need to watch the grannies episode.
Oh, any grannies episode. There's like 5 of them. Actually, I think the last one that they did where Muffin gets to be a granny, that's like literally the best. Anyways.
See, not having kids, I don't know what the fuck Bluey is.
I watched the first episode because everyone keeps banging on about it. Like, oh, it's so great. Oh, you got to watch it. Oh, it's so amazing. I watched the first episode and I was like, and I haven't seen any more since.
Wait, Bluey, Granny, Muffin. What are we talking about?
No. Bluey's the show. Granny's is the theme. Muffin is a character.
Also, don't watch it.
Have extra parts.
Don't watch it through any kind of American streaming. You'll miss all the good stuff.
That would be what I have access to. So,
well, it sucks for you then.
So I hated What We Do in the Dark and What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. I hated it. I couldn't stand it because Taika Waititi's comedy, like you're talking about how cringe comedy annoys you. Taika Waititi comedy annoys the fuck out of me. The guy's not funny, right? So I watched. I'm like, this is really stupid. And then the show came on. Everybody's, we need to watch the show, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then someone convinced me to give it a try. Holy fuck, is the show funny? Have you guys seen?
Isn't he one of those situations where, like, when he's left to his own devices, the film turns out terrible, but when he's partnered with, like, certain other people, then the movie turns out amazing? It's like he himself is not what's, like, funny about it, but him with somebody, it's like one of those things where it only works when he's got someone kind of reining him in a little bit.
Don't know. I've just never found a Taika Waititi film funny, ever.
Have you seen the series Wellington Paranormal?
Nope.
It's a spin-off off of What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the cops in that.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they keep mind fucking with the cops.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's 3 seasons, I think.
Wow.
And yeah. And
well, have you seen this show, What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
Oh my fuck, dude. It is
trying to get it over here sucks
funny.
ass.
What's her name? Nerds Nerd put it best. She said this show has no business being as good as it is, and it's really, she's on point for that. It's fucked up. Like, it's done in Canada. They shot it in Toronto. Taika Waititi's a producer, not a writer on it, so you didn't get all of his weird I'm Taika Waititi comedy in it. And it's got Matt fucking Berry. Matt Berry is one of the principal characters. I could watch Matt Berry fucking just a Matt Berry cooking show needs to be made. Have you gotten to Matt Berry showing up on IT Crowd yet, Tori?
Well, we've only been through season 1 and season 2, technically.
Yeah, but he's shown up by now. When he shows up at the father.
Is that who that is? Yes. The son of the CEO? Oh, yes, we've gotten to.
Yeah, I love it. He's the best.
I didn't recognize the name of the actor, but yes, we've seen him.
What were you saying, Gur?
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's the beginning of season 2 for him. Also, and because I've been sitting on this, Tori, if you want to find where to watch something on streaming, just go to justwatch.com.
Well, I was just gonna Google it, but yeah, I mean,
no, Google it. Yet. Trust me, I've tried Googling stuff and it's a mess. Justwatch.com, and you just put in your show, and then it tells you like where you could just stream it, where you can rent it, where you can buy it. You know, it's amazing. I tell everyone.
All right.
So you can stream it on BritBox. Apple TV has season 1.
Scroll down a little farther. Those are the promoted ones.
In Australia, you can only get What We Do in the Shadows, the series, through Foxtel, which is Murdoch. And I'm not giving him any money.
You guys give him any money?
No.
But I will be honest, I struggled and could not get into What We Do in the Shadows.
The show? Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I cried laughing. I am Nandor the Relentless. They call me the Relentless because, well, I was relentless. Oh, Nandor, stop killing, stop murdering. I cannot. I will keep going. Like, he's so good. Come on. I'm sorry you didn't like it, Brian. That makes me sad because it's probably like the funniest shit I've seen in 10 years. I tried. I don't know. I just clicked to it. It just spoke to me on some level.
I saw on YouTube a clip for it come up, and it was apparently a gathering of all the vampire lords or something. And I think you know where this is going, don't you?
Keep going.
So Tilda Swinton was there.
Yep. And then Blade Skypes in. Got a delay. So like they're saying something and then they move on to the next topic and then Wesley Snipes comments again. They're like, I think there's a delay. I don't know what's going on. Just that's the best part of the show for me is watching them try and deal with modern technology as these obsessive gothic vampires. It's just funny, you know? Or the best character though, seriously, for me, hands down, as much as I love Nandor the Relentless, Colin, what's his name? The emotional vampire. Not the emotional vampire. So yeah, he just drains their will to live by talking relentlessly about boring shit. Like it's just Colin Peterson. That's it. It just kills me. Are you trying to drain me, Colin Peterson? No, I just want to talk about, decoupage. I think it's a really interesting thing. What do you think about decoupage? We should talk about that. It's just fuck. Because I've met people like him, and it's just like, yep. Fucking psychic vampires.
Yeah.
But Tori, don't watch The British Office. If you don't like cringe humor, The British Office is nothing but cringe humor.
I mean, I don't really like TV shows in general, so it has to be of a certain degree before I'll even watch it. Like someone has to like practically make me watch it because I don't like TV.
Colin Robinson, that's it. Thank you, Coco. What's your favorite comedy there, Brian? I want to get a measure of your sense of humor all of a sudden.
I don't know.
What's the last movie that made you laugh out loud? On purpose, not because it was so bad you just went, what the fuck? How'd they make this? Who greenlit this bullshit?
Like that, we have to specify that now.
Okay, actually, you know what?
You to answer too.
I was trying, like, that's the weird thing. I haven't jumped on anything in a while, but Gallivant was hilarious. It was a musical on ABC.
Okay.
And it had Timothy Omundson before he had his stroke. And a whole bunch of people that I had no clue who they were. But it was,
I don't recognize any of these names.
It was fun. Huh?
What's it about? Vinnie Jones was in it. What's it about?
Well, like, it's about a night.
K-N-I-G-H-T?
Like a night, like, fantasy, the problem is, like, I don't want to, I can't, like, even talking about the first 30 seconds would spoil it.
Okay.
I'm never going to watch it, so go ahead and spoil
it. You should watch it. It's funny. Okay, I can say this without spoiling anything. So Gallivant, like, essentially it's a Disney show. So it's, like I said, it's a musical. And the opening theme, literally, like, sets everything up. Basically, Gallivant, he's this knight. He has, his girlfriend Madalena, and she gets kidnapped by the king, who is going to marry her, and so takes her off. And so Gallivant goes off to rescue Madalena, and it just goes sideways from there. I really don't. Yeah.
Sounds
besides
intriguing.
Brian, what?
Sounds intriguing. Is that why it got canceled?
It got no, it got 2 seasons. The second season, they had it set up. They could have easily done a third, and it would have actually been really good. Basically,
why did they not do a third season?
I don't know.
It was canceled.
Ratings, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was canceled, so obviously ratings. I thoroughly enjoyed it though. But all right, who besides Brian wants me to spoil it?
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Gallivant gets to the castle. The wedding's going on, and he's a knight, but he doesn't really have any money. And it turns out that Madalena is just a gold-digging whore. She's like, nope, I'm going to marry the king because he's rich and he has all the money. And so Gallivant is literally just, heartbroken. And, so then the adventures
first episode?
This is the first 5 minutes of the show.
Okay.
And so then, this other princess comes up, and, like, he's depressed, doesn't want to, be the hero anymore, and gets, recruited to go, to help, rescue this princess's family. It's really good. That's all I can say. And it's fun. The music is actually good. Anyways. I would
Well,
recommend.
that sounds
you
like a
watch
good
it.
time, and I'll be sure never to check it out.
That was a very long, windy description. I totally got lost and distracted midway through.
Okay,
Sorry.
here's the ADHD version. Guy's fiance is gold digging whore, marries king. He gives up on life, meets new princess, goes on mission to save her family.
And this is a
And they sing.
comedy?
Musical
Yes.
comedy.
Musical comedy.
Eh.
I dare any of you to just watch the first episode.
Wow, I love a good dare.
I mean, just
How I
watch.
got this scar, you know.
Just watch the first episode. Heck, I think there's a total of 16 episodes, and they're 30-minute episodes anyways. So, like, you could literally knock it out in a weekend.
I could do a lot of things in a weekend.
That's
I game on my weekends.
I'm just saying it's fun and you should give it a try.
Do it so I can come back and report on it next week.
Yes, that's all of your homework assignment for the week.
I don't want to play your stupid game.
Well, I'm going to go back to Baldur's Gate 3 after this because I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm actually playing an old save for once. So I can actually finish the darn thing.
Rock and roll.
Rogue sorcerer. Except I just rebuilt this morning, so actually she's just a swashbuckler subclass rogue now. No more magic.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's like super quiet around here without the cat.
Yes,
Where's
I
the
heard.
cat?
My apologies.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was coming. It was
Condolences.
Oh, we lost the cat.
She passed she passed away.
How old?
Sorry to hear that.
I think she was 15 or 16.
Oh God.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, no, and she had it occurred to me because I was trying to look at stuff, and I think she had her cancer diagnosis for a year. So I mean, she went for a while after we knew that it wasn't going to be. So anyways, my sister works in a pet shop, so she's keeping an eye out for us because we want to get a brother-sister pair of Maine Coons. Because Steve wants to get a Maine Coon again.
Have you ever had a Maine Coon?
Steve has, yes. That's why he wants one.
Yeah, but you don't want two. That's like a full-time job. They are smart, industrious animals.
I mean, Merc was, by the time we got towards the end there, that was a full-time job because of geriatric cat.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, how the fuck did you get in there? Why is that all over the floor? Who opened this window? What's going on in the bathroom? Like, I had a friend who had 2 Maine Coons, and eventually he had to give one away because he was losing sleep over these cats because they're very industrious.
Yeah.
And two
Merc,
they're going to eat each other.
One of my favorite stories about Merc. So Merc was, she's a rescue, so she has abandonment issues, she has attention issues, and when she was younger, there was one time where I was trying to she would keep me up all night after night after night, all the time. And there was one night in particular where I was trying to fall asleep, and I was trying to like feign that I was asleep as much as possible, but I was still like aware of my surroundings. And she knocked my keys off my desk, knowing that crashing sounds would wake me up. And she bats the keys off the desk, and before they hit the floor, she's across the desk on my bed and 2 inches from my face, watching me, waiting for me to wake up. Like that kind of thing where they're really smart about it. No, she was a great. I think she may have been like a Korot, we think, but she was a rescue, so we don't really technically know. She was a really tiny, small gray cat. Like, she was probably half that size. She's a really small cat. But yeah, we wanted to get, so she lived alone for most of her life. So when we bought the house, we didn't want to get another cat because she's used to being alone. But when we get our next cats, we wanted to get a pair so that like they'd have like a playmate.
That's bullshit. It doesn't work out that way. I promise you. That's what you think.
Well, I've had 2 cats before. Like,
were they the same litter?
No.
That's the difference. When they're from different litters, they'll have different attitudes towards each other, and they may become friends, or they'll just tolerate each other's existence. When they're from the same litter, they encourage each other's bullshit constantly. I've had up to 3 cats at a time and never had as much problem as I've had having 2 brothers.
I was going to say, do you really like hanging out with your siblings for the rest of your life?
Cats apparently do.
A lot. Yeah,
Speaking of which, I gotta go feed these 2 assholes. I'll be right back.
Jerry has one of our friends has 3 cats. He has 3 cats, 3 dogs, fish tanks, and some lizards and chickens. And Steve's had to spend a bunch of time taking care of those pets when they're like out on trips and stuff. So I've had times before where I've had 2 cats, but they weren't from the same litter. No. So I don't know. I'll pass along the message, but Steve wants what he wants. He misses Hobbs and he wants another. And I don't feel like stopping him. I just didn't want a long-haired cat. Like the main thing that I'm concerned about is I didn't want a long-haired cat because they're like, that's a ton of work. If I feel.
I struggle with Kim's semi-adopted stray.
Long-haired cats are a nightmare. Like Beans is fine because he's short hair, but Misty's long hair. I have to vacuum 3 times a week just for cat hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have one of those little robot vacuums now.
It's everywhere. It's like, gee, I'll be doing something and be like, why is there cat hair here? You know, it's just like, that's what happens.
Well, but the plus side there is at least you can make you a sweater once a year.
Gather it all up, use it for teddy bear stuffing.
Yeah,
probably.
And then give it to an orphan with an allergy to cats.
Oh, that
got dark.
His Hobbs was a Maine Coon, so he really wants a Maine Coon. He really liked that she was super, super independent and didn't need attention as much. Like Mercury was like an attention-starved cat. Like she needed and wanted attention constantly. So I think that's the mindset where that comes from.
Are you going to let them be outdoor cats?
No.
You're going to keep Maine Coons indoors? Okay.
That's what Hobbs was.
I am so looking forward to the future conversations with Tori after she has 2 Maine Coons in her house that never go outside. I can't wait for those conversations. In fact, let me just... it's a year from now. Tori's got 2 Maine Coons, and she's like, I can't sleep, and life's hard, and they rip things apart, and they got in the fridge. They opened the fridge. They opened the cans.
That's what Merc did, so... Like, Merc kept me up all night. She would yell at night. She would deliberately do things that she knew would wake me up all the time. And Hobbs was an indoor Maine Coon, so...
And that's the other mistake people make. They go, I had this one cat one time was like this, so therefore all cats of this breed must be like this. Nope.
Maybe not. I don't know. But that's why he wants one so bad.
No, I get it. Look, when you want what you want, you get what you get. I've never been, the only thing I was ever picky about was if someone has a tux available, I will adopt it because tuxes are great pets. I don't know what it is about tuxes, but they just have great attitudes. I've noticed. I've had 3 in my life. But in general, every time I've gotten a cat, it's just been like, oh, you got a cat? Cool. And I just take the cat. I don't care. Like, except for I won't take a fucking ginger. Those orange cycles.
I say all growing up, orange tabbies. You know how like everybody has that one pet when they're like a kid, and then it passes away when they're like a teenager or young adult, and it's like their first like lost pet that they're all torn.
Didn't happen to me.
Okay, maybe that's just a us thing.
About, but yeah.
Yeah, for me it was an orange tabby. The next cat we had after that was an orange tabby. Like I have a huge soft spot in my heart for orange tabbies.
But they're retarded.
That's what makes it funny, though.
But they're functionally fucking retarded. Isn't how the species survives, how those genes keep get handed on. I will never understand because they're like the self-exit machines, you know.
See, and I was younger, so I don't remember Amber being, that was his name, Amber. I don't remember him being particularly smart or dumb or any. He was just lazy. I mean, he was like literally Garfield the cat. Like he just did not give an F. You could pick him up, drag him around, play with him, or leave him alone for 3 straight days. He just did not care.
Secretly, he was crying on the inside.
No. He was fat too. I was forced to give him. He got kicked out of the house essentially at one point. My grandma had him, and then we ended up moving back in that house. But when he was with my grandma, she just overfed the crap out of him, and he just got like way overweight. It was terrible.
When I was in high school, I had a pet rat named Max, and he was a cream-colored hood. It was a really good-looking animal. And when I moved away to go to college and I was sharing a place with my sister, she was like, "You are not bringing that fucking animal here." And I'm like, "All right, fine." So I said, "Hey, can I leave him at home?" My mom's like, yeah, don't worry, we'll take care of him. 6 months later, I'm like, how's Max doing? Oh, he died. Oh, okay. I find out a year later he was still alive. They just didn't want me to take him because my grandmother had fallen in love with him. And she was feeding him so much that a year and a half later he died, but he was this size around when he died.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
she was feeding him cake and pie and cookies. He's a rat. He's like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. You know, like he was happy as could be. So he died of a massive coronary, and all I can say is, you know what? At least he died happy. So good for him.
He went out on, I was about to say, he went out on his own terms. And I'm like, no, he went out on grandma's terms.
He went out on grandma's terms. Yeah, exactly.
What is it about them and overfeeding too? Stitch was fat too. Like, gosh, they overfeed their cats so much.
Well, it could be a combination of, old people forgetful. Did I feed them? I don't know. And cats are really, really good at going, I'm so hungry. And there's clearly only no food in the bowl ever. These two will gang up on me to the point where, like, after an hour, I'm just like, fuck, fine, here, more food. Leave me alone. Like, it'll just give me peace for an hour or two,
That Merc was never like that throughout her whole life. Like, we just had open bowl on the floor and it was full all the time, and she just would not eat it empty. Like, she would only eat what she wanted. She wasn't overweight, but towards the end, when she couldn't eat dry food anymore and we moved her over to wet food, and then she started getting like that. She started getting like, oh my god, okay, here, have some food, please shut up. Like, she got real bad.
The best part is I saw a cartoon or a comic that put it perfectly, which is the owner of the cat going, wait, you like this food? You're eating this food? And then runs to the grocery store and comes out with 10 cans or whatever of it and gets back, puts it in. The cat's like, and that's what mine do. I have thrown out so much fucking cat food 2 days later because I'm like, fine, I'll starve you out. You just fucking eat it when you're hungry. That'll be what happens. And these two will find a way to fucking survive for 2 days without food until it's just a rock in the bowl and I have to throw it out. Meanwhile, the week before, they were loving this food, like fucking cats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to get we on purposely got the really small cans that are like quarter size, just because she would do exactly that. We had to rotate out different flavors and pay attention to the flavors because there was some she wouldn't eat and some that she would just go nom 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 nom. But anyways,
cats are annoying.
The banner says we need to wrap it up.
I'm sorry, what?
The banner says that we need to wrap up because it's getting late.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, I got to drop the kids at school in the morning, so, and it's about to go, it's now midnight.
That means something completely different here. No, wait, that's dropping the kids off at the pool. Sorry.
Yeah. Close, Brian. Close.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's people got going on? Tori, what are you up to?
I'm going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3.
That's
it. I don't know.
Got a video in the works or anything?
I just released 2 of them a day apart from each other. I'm taking a weekend off.
That's fair. I was trying to get you to, promote your stuff to the 5 people watching.
Oh. I'm too tired.
Fair.
To the 5 people watching who are already subscribed to each of us already, and they already know what the fuck we're doing.
Go, you playing any more Cyberpunk?
Oh, you're playing Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk 2077, the video game.
Oh, fuck, never mind.
Yeah, when I need to do something for YouTube, but I don't like. I've been like traveling and doing all sorts of stuff, and just getting online has just been a pain. I'm like, okay, I need to get back in the groove, and so I want to start playing this. So I started playing that the other day, but I do actually have gaming type content coming. I have a couple more videos for Everyday Heroes to finish up.
Nice.
I've got I do have to build my fun hole graffiti bus stop, which I'm going to put into I've literally decided I'm making a full Cyberpunk miniature gaming table, but out of Lego and Lego type products.
Yeah, because when I think gritty future, Lego jumps to mind.
Yeah, I've got the Cyberpunk building up there, and it's actually like sized really well for 28 millimeter miniatures. So it's like, you know what? Just put a bunch of these, and then it lights up. So play with the lights down and whatnot. I think it'll be fun. So
nice.
I just need to build that up. But yeah, so that and just more painting. That's what I've got going on.
So good. Just don't forget to show us your fun hole in the future.
Exactly. They finally changed the name. They're now Loomy Bricks. I know. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun either, at all.
Game Masters, would you like to insert something here?
Speaking of fun holes,
and I'm out. No,
that pretty much sums it up. No, I don't know. I just do stuff.
Hey, board indifference towards your channel is my shtick, sir. You get your own. Stay in your lane.
Bear.
Yeah.
We got Heroic tomorrow night, Brian. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The fucking goddamn motherfucking Dragon Ball Z campaign. This fucking one fight has been going on forever.
I have to go back and watch that episode that I couldn't.
Hey, character spent all of it unconscious, and they still didn't wrap up the fight.
Yeah.
This planet only has 5 more minutes to live.
They just apparently they're just like this entire campaign is going to be one fight against the super Nazis, and then when it's over, well, I'm spent and we're done, and that's the end of the campaign. But yeah, I got that coming up. Got some other shit happening. I'm gonna back off live streaming chill streams for a while because they're just not satisfying anymore. So what are you gonna do? But still be lots of live plays, and we've got 4 Color Cafe on Tuesday this week with Drew Bittner, the guy who designed the Wildstorms CCG. So that should be interesting.
Okay.
Any upcoming paranormal podcast?
Cody and I are supposed to do one tonight, but we'll see. I got to talk to Cody and see if he's still down for it because it's his turn to pick a topic, and apparently I got to kick him in the bum a little bit on that one. But I don't know. That's not that. No one watches us. Like we literally, it's. I don't know what we're doing wrong. You would think paranormal shit was like a license to print viewers on YouTube, but nope.
I'm watching.
I think it's because we're not going. It's all amazing and real. We're like, well, this is kind of bullshit, and here's why, and nobody wants to hear that.
You know what's funny? I still think you're too woo-woo.
Yeah. Yet compare me to Raven and all the others, and I'm like the rational pragmatist of the group.
Oh, jeez. Alrighty. Well, this has been Talkin Drek. And... oh, you know what? I didn't say cunt this episode.